Chosen ones, the light you carry makes lies tremble. In a world where darkness often masquerades as truth, where voices of deceit echo louder than whispers of honesty, there exist souls who are not fooled by illusion. You are one of them, the chosen one. The light within you is not just a spark, it's a force that makes lies tremble, a vibration that shakes the walls built by falsehood. When you enter a room, deception hides its face. When you speak, pretense falters. Because the energy you carry, the clarity in your spirit, exposes what cannot stand the frequency of truth. This light is not something you found by accident. It's something you were born with, and every trial you've faced was designed to remind you of its power. Before we go deeper, I want you to stay with me until the very end of this message. There's something sacred that unfolds here, something meant for you. And when this video reaches its final word, leave your warmest wishes and type 99 in the comments below. It's a small gesture that carries immense energy. Wishes are seeds, and every intention you send out joins a current of creation. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. The journey of the chosen one is not a straight path. It's a spiral, ascending, looping, testing, refining. You were never meant to blend into the crowd. From a young age, you noticed what others ignored. You saw the motives behind smiles, the shadows behind laughter. You felt the atmosphere in a room before anyone spoke. And while the world called it sensitivity, it was something far greater. It was your light, reading the vibrations of truth and lies. Your intuition has always been the compass of your higher self, guiding you through illusions that were meant to distract or deceive. The reason your light makes lies tremble is because falsehood cannot survive transparency. Lies depend on blindness. Your light depends on awareness. The moment you see, the illusion begins to collapse. People who operate from dishonesty often sense this energy long before you speak. They may react with discomfort, avoidance, or even hostility, not because of what you've done, but because your presence triggers the unraveling of their own masks. You've probably experienced this, how some people can't look you in the eye, how conversations shift when you arrive, how energy in a room changes when your attention is awake. It's not arrogance. It's the natural impact of truth on distortion. You are a mirror, and mirrors terrify those who aren't ready to see themselves. Your path has likely been filled with misunderstanding. Many chosen ones endure loneliness because the world does not yet understand their frequency. You might have wondered why your kindness was mistaken for weakness, why your honesty was met with resistance, or why you were attacked for simply being yourself. It's because light challenges comfort zones. Lies depend on the comfort of darkness. Truth disrupts it. You were sent to disrupt. Every time you chose compassion over vengeance, every time you spoke truth, even when your voice shook, you fulfilled your purpose. The universe does not reward this lightly. It rewards it with evolution. Understand that your light was never meant to be dimmed. The more you awaken, the more false narratives around you begin to crumble. You might notice relationships dissolving, jobs ending, or situations shifting suddenly. Don't resist these changes. The universe removes what cannot coexist with your new frequency. When your energy rises, deception can no longer attach to you. It slips away, not because you forced it, but because it cannot breathe in your atmosphere anymore. What remains is alignment. What remains is authenticity. This is why so many chosen ones experience storms before their breakthroughs. Lies must surface before they can shatter. You might have gone through betrayal, heartbreak, confusion, or isolation. But these were not punishments. They were purifications. The universe was clearing space for the truth that you are now ready to embody. Every wound was a portal. Every ending was a beginning disguised as loss. Your pain was not meaningless. It was alchemy, transmuting your suffering into wisdom. That is the essence of the chosen one's journey, to turn what was meant to destroy you into the very light that saves others. When you reach this awareness, you stop seeking validation. You realize that truth is not always comfortable, but it is always liberating. You begin to see through the illusions of society, the lies of comparison, the lies of fear, the lies of separation. You start to understand that light and darkness are not enemies, but partners in revelation. Darkness reveals what light needs to heal. Lies reveal where truth must shine. Every challenge becomes an invitation to embody more of your divine essence. And here is what many forget. The light that makes lies tremble is not loud. It does not need to prove itself. True light is silent, steady, and radiant. It speaks through presence, not performance. It exposes through vibration, not accusation. You don't have to fight every falsehood. You simply have to exist in your truth. The higher your vibration, the less resistance can touch you. This is why silence can be louder than words, and peace can be more powerful than confrontation. But don't mistake peace for passivity. Your light is active. It transforms environments. It awakens people without trying. When you walk into a space, your frequency begins to recalibrate the field. Some will feel peace around you, others will feel discomfort, but all will be affected. You are not here to force awakening, you are here to embody it. The lies around you crumble not by your effort, but by your existence. Still, this path requires courage. Carrying light in a world conditioned by shadow means you will be tested. The stronger your light, the more the illusions will try to challenge it. But remember this, lies tremble because they know they cannot win. They are temporary. Truth is eternal. Every time you stand firm in your authenticity, the fabric of deception weakens a little more. And while it might not always look like victory in the physical world, in the unseen realm, the balance shifts. Your courage ripples across dimensions. Your energy contributes to the collective awakening. The chosen ones are not better than others, they are simply aware. Awareness is what separates sleeping from waking, illusion from revelation. Once you awaken, you cannot unsee. You carry that light everywhere you go, and even when you feel small, your presence is doing the work. Lies tremble not because you shout, but because you shine. And so, if you are listening to this, know this truth. Your light was never an accident. It was a promise made long before you were born, that when the world would be flooded with confusion, you would remember who you are. You would stand, not as a savior, but as a reminder. You would walk, not as one above others, but as one who lights the path so others may see. The light you carry is not fragile. It is ancient, resilient, and sovereign. As we continue, feel these words not as sound, but as energy. Let them awaken something inside you that remembers. Let them remind you that no matter what has happened, no matter how many lies have tried to surround you, the truth within you cannot be destroyed. You are the living proof that darkness never wins when light chooses to stand. The awakening of the chosen one is not a single moment. It's a continual unfolding. The more your light expands, the more you begin to see not only the illusions outside of you, but the subtle ones that linger within. You start noticing how doubt whispers in disguise, how fear dresses as logic, and how hesitation pretends to be humility. But every time you recognize these inner shadows, you reclaim another fragment of your power. You stop fighting yourself and begin transforming from within. This is the deeper layer of your light. It does not just make external lies tremble, it dissolves internal ones too. You see, the greatest deception you were ever taught is that your power lies outside of you, that you must earn it, find it, or be worthy of it. But your very existence is proof that the divine already chose you. Every breath you take is permission granted by the universe to be. Your light was never given, it was remembered. The moment you began to question the false narratives around you, the moment you started seeking truth beyond appearances, the universe marked you as awakened. The trembling of lies began the instant you decided to live authentically. And yet, awakening does not make life easier. It makes it real. You start seeing through the patterns that once comforted you. You realize that much of what society calls normal is simply a collective illusion held together by fear and repetition. The chosen ones are those who break these cycles. You are not here to conform to what is dying. You are here to breathe life into what is being born. And so the world may call you strange, too intense, too deep, too sensitive. But these words are echoes of misunderstanding. They call you too much because you carry the truth of what they have forgotten. There will be times when your light feels like a burden. You might wish you could unsee, unknow, unfeel, but you can't. Once truth becomes your frequency, ignorance becomes unbearable. But that discomfort is sacred. It pushes you toward your destiny. The chosen ones do not find peace by escaping the world, but by learning how to be light within it. You are meant to illuminate, not isolate. Every time you act from love instead of fear, every time you choose truth over convenience, you are anchoring divine energy into the material world. That is the true purpose of your existence, to be the bridge between heaven and earth, between the unseen and the seen. You have probably noticed how the universe orchestrates your path, how coincidences feel too precise to be random, how you meet people who awaken new parts of you, how endings arrive just before new beginnings, how silence often brings the clearest answers. This is the language of light. The more aligned you are, the louder it speaks. You begin to realize that life is not happening to you, but through you. The world around you rearranges itself to match the vibration you hold within. And so if lies tremble, it's not because you fight them. It's because your alignment exposes them effortlessly. But with great awareness comes responsibility. You cannot carry light and feed darkness at the same time. The universe demands integrity from those who awaken. It tests your words, your motives, your energy. It will challenge you to live your truth even when no one is watching. It will show you where you still hide behind masks, where you still seek approval, where you still betray yourself. These are not punishments, they are initiations. The universe refines you until your energy becomes a clean vessel for truth. You will also learn that not everyone is meant to walk beside you. Some people are assignments, not companions. Some appear to teach you boundaries, others to remind you of your worth. The chosen one must learn the art of release, Holding on to what vibrates lower than your truth will only drain your energy. You cannot carry everyone across the bridge. Some must choose the journey for themselves. Compassion means allowing others to face their own lessons, just as you faced yours. Detachment does not mean lack of love. It means love that is wise enough to let things evolve naturally. And through all this, you will notice something beautiful. The more you release what is false, the more peace you find. Lies require effort to maintain. Truth flows effortlessly. When you live authentically, your body relaxes, your energy expands, your intuition sharpens. You begin to attract experiences that match your frequency. Opportunities appear, synchronicities multiply, and even challenges start to feel purposeful. This is not coincidence, it's resonance. You are no longer fighting the current, you are becoming it. The world around you may still be filled with distortion, but you stop fearing it. You understand that lies cannot harm you unless you believe them. When you know the truth of who you are, deception becomes powerless. Every time you center yourself in awareness, you rise above manipulation. This is why your light is dangerous to falsehood. It exposes the fragility of illusion. The more you embody truth, the more systems built on deceit begin to crumble. That's why your energy feels disruptive to some people. It is the vibration of awakening shaking the old world apart. This is the reason darkness targets the chosen ones. Lies thrive in confusion, and your clarity threatens them. You may have been misunderstood, mocked, excluded, or attacked, not because you were wrong, but because you were right too early. Your consciousness activated before the world was ready to match it. But you were never meant to wait for the world to catch up. You were meant to lead, silently, through example. To live as a walking reminder that truth is not something to be found, it is something to be remembered. And when you finally embrace this role, your life transforms. You stop asking why you are different and start understanding that difference is divine. You stop seeking validation and begin embodying your essence. You stop chasing light and realize you are the source of it. The lies around you may still exist, but they lose their grip. Like shadows before sunrise, they cannot stand before the dawn of truth. So keep walking, chosen one. Keep shining, even when it feels lonely. The universe is not silent. It is watching, guiding, protecting. The more you trust the path, the more it reveals itself. Every trial you overcome becomes a signal to the universe that you are ready for the next level. Every truth you live becomes a beacon for those still trapped in illusion. This is how the awakening spreads, not through preaching, but through embodiment. You are not here to save the world. You are here to remember the world is already being saved through every act of consciousness. Every time one person chooses love over fear, truth over deception, peace over chaos, the collective light strengthens. Your energy contributes to that. You may never see the full ripple of your existence, but trust that it reaches farther than you can imagine. Lies tremble not only when you speak, but when you simply choose to exist in truth. The light you carry does not fade. It multiplies. Every honest word, every compassionate action, every courageous decision adds another spark to the grid of awakening that encircles the earth. You are part of a network of luminous souls who, knowingly or not, are anchoring new energy into this world. Together, you are shifting the frequency of humanity from deception to revelation, from darkness to dawn. That is why your journey matters. That is why your light must continue to shine, even when it feels unseen. Because somewhere, someone is watching your courage and remembering their own. Somewhere, a lie is trembling because you refuse to believe it. Somewhere, a heart is awakening because your light touched it. That is how the chosen ones change the world, not through noise, but through presence. There comes a moment in the journey of every chosen one when awareness turns into creation. The light you carry no longer exists only to reveal lies. It begins to shape reality itself. You start realizing that energy follows intention, that your thoughts are not whispers lost in the air, but blueprints of existence. When your heart and your words align, the universe responds like an echo. This is the stage where you become a conscious creator, where truth transforms from something you believe into something you live, breathe, and project outward. You begin to notice how your emotions influence your surroundings. A single act of love shifts the atmosphere of an entire room. A thought rooted in gratitude opens doors that effort alone could never unlock. You start to see that miracles are not accidents, they are the natural consequence of coherence. When your light and your truth vibrate in harmony, creation becomes effortless. You no longer chase outcomes, you align with them. The universe stops resisting you because you have stopped resisting yourself. But creation is not about control. It is about connection. The chosen ones do not bend the universe to their will. They move with its rhythm. They understand that everything is energy, and energy is communication. The more you trust this flow, the more reality reveals its sacred design. The same force that moves the stars responds to your sincerity. When your heart speaks truth, the cosmos listens. Lies cannot enter this frequency because it is built on transparency. That is why your manifestations grow stronger as your integrity deepens. You also learn that not every desire deserves your energy. The awakened being no longer wishes from emptiness, but from alignment. You stop asking for things to fill the void and begin creating from fullness. When your energy is clear, your manifestations serve not only you, but the whole. You start wishing not just for personal gain, but for peace, clarity, healing, and unity. This is the higher form of creation, where the self becomes a vessel for divine expression. And in this space, everything you truly need arrives in perfect time. Still, the power to create truth demands vigilance. The mind can slip back into illusion if left unguarded. Old patterns may try to return, whispering doubts or distractions. When this happens, remember that light is not a destination. It is a discipline. Each day you choose awareness again. Each thought, each word, each emotion is a brushstroke painting your reality. Lies may knock at your door, but they cannot enter unless you invite them in. Protect your inner world with intention. Keep your vibration sacred. In this stage, silence becomes your teacher. You learn that creation happens not in noise, but in stillness. The greatest shifts occur when you are quiet enough to hear the whispers of your higher self. You start to sense when something feels right without needing proof. You trust energy more than appearances. This is divine intelligence moving through you. It does not shout, it simply knows. And when you act from that knowing, the results feel inevitable, almost magical. Your light, once a symbol of defense against lies, becomes a force of birth. You are no longer reacting to darkness. You are creating dawn. the world begins to reflect your inner clarity. People who vibrate with truth are drawn to you. Opportunities aligned with your soul appear effortlessly. Even challenges now serve your growth, revealing new layers of strength and compassion. Everything becomes purposeful. And perhaps most beautifully, you begin to understand that truth does not need to fight to win. It only needs to exist. Every time you honor your authenticity, you reinforce the collective field of truth across this planet. Every time you act with love, you write a new code into the fabric of humanity's awakening. This is the quiet revolution led by the chosen ones, not through conflict, but through consciousness. So stand firm in your light, creator of truth. Let your words be clear, your intentions pure, your energy radiant. The lies of the world will continue to tremble, not because you oppose them, but because you outshine them. You are not merely surviving this age of illusion, you are transforming it. The light within you has become the architect of a new reality, and as long as you remember who you are, no darkness can prevail. The journey of the chosen one always leads to this realization. The light you carry was never meant to end with you. It was meant to move through you, to ripple outward, to awaken others who have forgotten their own brilliance. Every trial, every sleepless night, every tear you shed was a preparation for this moment. The moment you recognize yourself not as a seeker of truth, but as its living embodiment. The world no longer defines you. Lies no longer intimidate you. You have become the light that once guided you through the dark. In the silence between breaths, you understand something profound. Nothing was ever against you. Every obstacle, every betrayal, every delay was part of the divine choreography designed to refine your energy. The universe never punishes, it purifies. It removes what cannot align with your higher path. The pain you endured was not cruelty, it was transformation. It burned away the false layers so that only truth could remain. And now, that truth stands unshaken within you. You no longer seek validation, because you know your worth comes from alignment, not approval. You no longer chase after what vibrates beneath your light, because you know that real abundance flows from authenticity. You no longer fear endings, because you have learned they are disguised beginnings. Everything in your life begins to move in rhythm with your energy. You attract peace because you have become peace. You attract clarity because you have become clarity. And you no longer need to defend your light. It defends itself through the power of presence. As you look back on the path you have walked, you can see the pattern now, the divine symmetry of your journey. Every person who left taught you detachment. Every loss taught you value. Every silence taught you faith. You were never abandoned. You were being realigned. The universe was guiding you back to yourself, back to the source of your light. Lies may have tried to bury you, but truth made you bloom in the dark. You are not broken. You are transformed. The world around you may still spin in confusion, but you see through it with calm eyes. You no longer react, you respond. You no longer resist, you understand. The chosen ones are not here to fight darkness, but to illuminate it. Where there is understanding, there is transformation. Where there is compassion, there is healing. And where there is truth, there is freedom. This is the sacred work you do simply by being who you are. You walk through chaos, but chaos cannot enter you. You also begin to realize that the light you carry is eternal. It does not die with time, and it does not fade with circumstance. It continues long after you, touching lives you may never meet, influencing generations through the energy you leave behind. Every act of kindness you give becomes a frequency that lingers in the field of humanity. Every truth you live becomes a signal that another awakening soul can feel. This is the quiet legacy of the chosen ones, light that outlives form. And so you walk forward, not with pride, but with serenity. You no longer need to announce your light. It speaks through the calm in your eyes and the steadiness in your heart. You understand that truth does not need to convince. It simply reveals. Lies collapse when they meet your silence because your silence carries the resonance of knowing. You no longer argue with deception. You illuminate it by standing still in your truth. That is mastery. That is divine power in human form. The universe continues to expand through you. Every thought, every word, every heartbeat adds to the great symphony of creation. The energy of truth vibrates higher each time you choose love over fear, authenticity over illusion, peace over reaction. This is how the world changes, not through force, but through frequency. You are part of that shift. You are the pulse of awakening, beating quietly beneath the noise of the old world. And though it may not always be visible, it is unstoppable. So as this message comes to its end, take a moment to feel what you have become. The trials no longer define you. The wounds no longer limit you. The lies no longer touch you. You are standing in the full awareness of your light, sovereign, clear, unshakable. You are living proof that truth cannot be destroyed, that love cannot be silenced, that light cannot be dimmed. The universe sees you, recognizes you, and flows through you. Chosen one, the light you carry makes lies tremble because it is not just your light. It is the light of all that is real, all that is divine, all that is eternal. And as long as you remember that, you will never lose your way. The darkness may surround, but it will always bow before the brilliance of truth. You have returned home to yourself, and in that return, the world begins to awaken.